Is the global balance of power shifting? For decades, the US dollar has reigned supreme, but is that dominance coming to an end? The BRICS nations, Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa, are making bold moves to reshape the global financial landscape. Their solution? A new payment system designed to rival the long-standing SWIFT network. Will it succeed in chipping away at the US dollar's dominance? The answers to these questions have significant implications for the future of the global order. The current global financial system, while seemingly robust, is not without its vulnerabilities. Dominated by the West, SWIFT has become a tool of economic statecraft, with the power to impose sanctions and exert pressure on nations deemed unfriendly. The BRICS nations, acutely aware of these vulnerabilities, have been actively seeking alternatives. Their motivation is twofold: reduce reliance on a system susceptible to manipulation by Western powers and create a more equitable global financial system. The proposed BRICS payment system represents a direct challenge to the existing order. It could reshape the contours of global power. The BRICS initiative has sent shockwaves through the international community. 159 countries have expressed interest in adopting the new payment system. Widespread adoption of the BRICS system could diminish the effectiveness of Western sanctions, reshaping the global balance of power. It could lead to a multipolar financial system where the US dollar is no longer the sole dominant currency. The success of the BRICS system hinges on its ability to gain widespread acceptance and ensure stability. The proposed BRICS payment system, often referred to as the BRICS Bridge, represents a bold step towards creating a new architecture for global trade and finance. This system is designed to address the concerns of many nations, particularly those in the developing world, who feel beholden to a Western-dominated financial order. The initiative has gained significant traction, with 159 countries expressing interest in adopting the system. The BRICS Bridge aims to reduce reliance on the US dollar and the SWIFT network. They envision a system where transactions can be conducted in local currencies, reducing exchange rate risks and promoting financial stability. This move towards greater financial autonomy is seen as essential for fostering economic growth and development, particularly in emerging markets. Section 2. Building an alternative. How the system works. The BRICS Bridge, while still under development, is envisioned as a comprehensive payment system that facilitates seamless cross-border transactions. It aims to provide an alternative to SWIFT, allowing member nations to communicate and execute financial transactions without relying on Western intermediaries. Central to the BRICS Bridge is the concept of using local currencies for settlements. This direct trading mechanism is expected to reduce transaction costs and mitigate the risks associated with currency fluctuations. Furthermore, the BRICS Bridge is designed to be compatible with existing national payment systems, ensuring a smooth transition and encouraging wider adoption. Section 3. Iran's proposal linking the BRICS economies. Iran, with its experience navigating a heavily sanctioned environment, has emerged as a key player in the development of the BRICS Bridge. Iran has proposed linking the payment systems of all BRICS nations to create a more integrated and resilient network. This proposal aims to foster deeper economic integration within the BRICS bloc. The integration of national payment systems would allow for smoother and more efficient financial transactions across BRICS nations. By linking their payment systems, the BRICS nations can create a more robust and independent financial network. Section 1. The allure of autonomy. Escaping the long arm of sanctions. For many countries, particularly those wary of Western sanctions, the system represents a path to greater financial autonomy. Under the current system, dominated by SWIFT and the US dollar, nations can find themselves at the mercy of Western powers, wielding financial sanctions as a tool of foreign policy. The BRICS payment system offers a potential escape from this vulnerability. By conducting transactions outside the purview of SWIFT, nations can reduce their exposure to sanctions and maintain their economic sovereignty. The prospect of escaping the long arm of Western sanctions is a powerful motivator for many nations seeking to chart an independent course in the global arena. Section 2. A quest for equity, leveling the playing field in global trade. Beyond the desire for autonomy, the shift towards the BRICS payment system is also driven by a quest for greater equity in global trade. The current system, with its reliance on the US dollar and Western-dominated financial institutions, is often seen as inherently imbalanced. The BRICS payment system aims to address these imbalances by creating a more level playing field for all participants. By facilitating trade in local currencies, the BRICS system reduces the reliance on the US dollar, thereby mitigating exchange rate volatility and lowering transaction costs for developing economies. The quest for equity extends beyond financial transactions to greater representation and decision-making power within global financial institutions. Section 3. The currency conundrum, challenging the dollar's dominance. The emergence of the BRICS payment system has ignited a debate about the future of the US dollar as the world's reserve currency. The BRICS nations, with their emphasis on using local currencies for trade and settlements, are at the forefront of this challenge. By reducing their reliance on the dollar, these nations are chipping away at the foundation of its global dominance. As more countries adopt the BRICS system and conduct transactions in their own currencies, the demand for dollars could diminish, potentially weakening its value and eroding its global standing. The transition to a multipolar currency system, if it were to occur, would be a gradual and complex process. Section 1. A seismic shift, reshaping the global power landscape. The rise of the BRICS payment system signifies more than just a change in financial plumbing. It represents a seismic shift in the global balance of power. For decades, the West, led by the United States, has enjoyed a position of preeminence in the international system. The SWIFT network and the US dollar have served as instruments of Western influence, shaping global trade, investment, and geopolitics. The BRICS initiative, however, challenges this established order. By creating a viable alternative to the Western-dominated financial system, the BRICS nations are chipping away at the foundation of Western power. This power shift has profound implications for international relations. The transition to a multipolar world is unlikely to be smooth, marked by periods of uncertainty, competition, and even conflict. The Twilight of Sanctions, eroding a pillar of Western influence. One of the most immediate consequences of the BRICS payment system is the potential erosion of Western sanctions as a foreign policy tool. Sanctions, particularly those imposed through SWIFT, have long been a cornerstone of Western efforts to pressure and isolate countries deemed hostile to their interests. However, the emergence of an alternative financial system, one that operates outside the purview of SWIFT, weakens the effectiveness of such sanctions. Countries that conduct a significant portion of their trade and financial transactions through the BRICS system would be less susceptible to Western pressure. The West may need to rethink its reliance on sanctions as a primary foreign policy tool, exploring alternative approaches to diplomacy and conflict resolution in a multipolar world. Navigating the transition, uncertainties, and potential pitfalls. While the rise of the BRICS payment system presents a significant challenge to the existing global order, it is important to acknowledge the uncertainties and potential pitfalls associated with this transition. The success of the BRICS system is not guaranteed. One key challenge is the issue of trust and confidence. For alternative currencies and payment systems to gain traction, they must demonstrate a similar level of stability and trustworthiness. The transition to a multipolar financial system will require careful coordination and cooperation among nations to ensure stability and prevent disruptions to the global economy. Russia's swift departure, a case study in economic resilience. The year 2022 marked a turning point in global finance when Western nations imposed unprecedented sanctions on Russia, including its partial expulsion from the SWIFT network. Russia turned to its own domestic financial messaging system, SPFS, or System for Transfer of Financial Messages. SPFS provided a crucial lifeline, allowing Russian banks to maintain communication and conduct transactions both domestically and with international partners willing to utilize the system. Russia's resilience in the face of Western sanctions, bolstered by its alternative financial infrastructure, has significant implications for the global balance of power. The rise of the yuan, China's currency, flexes its muscles. China, with its burgeoning economy and growing global influence, has been steadily increasing the internationalization of its currency, the yuan, also known as the renminbi. This push for greater yuan usage aligns with China's broader geopolitical ambitions and its desire to challenge the US dollar's dominance in global trade and finance. The BRICS initiative provides a platform for China to further these ambitions by promoting the use of the yuan in transactions among member countries. Several factors contribute to the yuan's growing appeal as an alternative currency. China's vast manufacturing capacity and its role as a major trading partner for many countries create a natural demand for yuan-denominated transactions. Furthermore, China has established a network of currency swap agreements with other countries, facilitating the use of the yuan in bilateral trade and investment. These agreements reduce reliance on the US dollar and foster greater financial cooperation between China and its partners. As the BRICS payment system gains traction, the yuan is well positioned to play a more prominent role in international settlements. This shift could gradually diminish the dollar's dominance, leading to a more multipolar currency system and reshaping the global financial landscape. BRICS expansion, a sign of growing global appeal. The BRICS grouping, initially comprising Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa, has seen a surge in interest from other countries. This appeal highlights the bloc's increasing economic and geopolitical clout. The BRICS' focus on multipolarity and global governance reform resonates with many developing countries. Expansion could accelerate the adoption of its payment system. New members may embrace the BRICS bridge to reduce reliance on the US dollar. This influx could make the BRICS system more attractive to international trade and finance. The BRICS expansion challenges the established global order. It signifies a shift towards a more multipolar system with emerging centers of influence. The writing on the wall. The emergence of the BRICS payment system is a stark reminder that the tectonic plates of global power are shifting. The era of unchallenged Western dominance is fading, giving way to a more multipolar world where alternative centers of influence are asserting themselves. This transition is driven by a complex interplay of factors, including the rise of emerging economies, the perceived inequities of the existing global order, and a growing desire for greater autonomy in international affairs. The BRICS initiative, with its focus on creating a more equitable and multipolar financial system, is at the forefront of this transformation. The widespread interest in the BRICS payment system, particularly among developing countries, underscores the diminishing appeal of a Western-dominated system that is often seen as serving the interests of a select few. The writing is on the wall. The global financial landscape is being redrawn, and the implications are profound. The transition to a multipolar world, however, is unlikely to be smooth or without its challenges. The existing order, with its deeply entrenched institutions and power structures, will not yield easily. The potential for competition, fragmentation, and even conflict between the established and emerging powers is real and should not be underestimated. A new era on the horizon. The rise of the BRICS payment system and the shift towards a multipolar world present opportunities and challenges. A multipolar system could be more democratic and representative, giving a greater voice to marginalized countries. It could lead to a more balanced distribution of power and resources, fostering cooperation and reducing conflict. However, without clear rules, it could be unstable and unpredictable. Competition between major powers could intensify, leading to geopolitical rivalry and erosion of global governance. The transition requires careful navigation and commitment to dialogue. The future of the global financial system hangs in the balance. Will the rise of BRICS lead to a more equitable world, or greater fragmentation and uncertainty? The answer depends on the choices nations make. The stakes are high, and the world is watching.